Hello, this is Bill Kaladesh, and isn't it our luck? We always get this guy mulliganing on the play. We'll actually keep this with just a couple lands, but I think it's fine. Strice. Strice is deciding to mulligan, so I guess they scry to the bottom. And that'll be that. Drawing land there is nice. They are black-green. They're doing the Thriving Rats thing. That is fine by me. Before using Ether Meltdown, it'd be nice if they put some energy into this guy. More than likely, we just won't worry about it. We'll have good blockers for it. And I would totally block here. We've got... okay, they're not even going to risk it. Or they'd rather block with their guy. And that is also fine. Now we have some decisions. It could be the P-foul. I'm just going to attack here. With mana up, they could fear a trick, and if they have a trick, we have the trade winds that might blow them out or something. Set them back a bunch. Yeah, I mean a safe block, but we have a nice follow-up here. These rats sure are thriving. I don't know, it doesn't look very... This art kind of doesn't really do it for me. It's the main reason why it's the weakest thriving animal. Shoot, what do we do here? I don't really want to make this guy flying. I guess we could, but it's easy enough just to get in 2 damage this way by attacking with both. Sure. Time for a crane. And best case, it finds an artifact, but another case here is it just puts 4 lands on the bottom. I guess that's also fine. Any order is fine. And now we'll have 1 more damage a turn. So they found their Pima Outrider mana. It's one of the more threatening plays they could make at common. But it's not even that bad for us. We have plenty of backup here. Plenty of removal, plenty of tricks. The trouble sometimes with Confiscation Coup is the creature they have isn't good enough. Like, this card is only as good as the best card they play. And in limited decks, sometimes the best card they play is, like, amazing. It's a Gear Hulk or a, I don't know, some kind of thing. But, ooh, they're, what is this? Obzon, yeah. Color combination I haven't seen in a while. Yeah, but sometimes they just play like a bunch of 2-drops, and you have to play this to survive, and it's still good, but... Alright, what are we doing here? What are we doing? Well, I'm going to start blocking with Janjit Sentry. We'll get in 3 a turn this way. Like, the other thing we could do is, if we don't attack with the Sentry, we could use it to untap the P-foul and block Wild Wanderer. It's nice that doesn't take any mana, just energy. Because then we still have Ether Trade Winds and Ether Meltdown, all of our Ether spells. Look at that guy. Never noticed in the art there's a guy like holding onto a rope on this airship. Trying to be Superman with his cape there. Good lord, it's still our turn? What have we been doing? Waiting, I guess. Waiting until the most opportune moment to strike. With our birds. Mechanical and otherwise. This one's making its nest out of bones of this one. Look at that. Ooh. Ballista Charger. Maybe we steal that guy. That's a pretty spicy one. That's pretty cool. Target artifact or creature. Yeah, we could definitely get it. If we so desired. Let's do it. It's shiny, it's nice. We even have the extra energy we need, so yeah, we'll pay 5. Then what? We can't attack with it, but what we can do is attack with Glint Nest Crane. Maybe it's better, yeah, I'll just attack with that. This leaves up all our good blockers. We could activate Ballista Charger and block with that if we wanted. It is a bit tricky, just kind of what I was saying before. If the thing's not good enough, you don't really want to use this. It is a bit tricky, like if you're winning without using it, you really want to delay using it. But we don't really have a great way to block this kind of nonsense. Oh no. Whoops, that's not what I want. Yeah, the only way to crew this thing is to do it now. So I'll go ahead and do that. We don't have anything up to save the poor peafowl here. One more mana would have done it. That's okay. That's okay. Oh, I wish we could put Confiscation Coup back on top. Unfortunately, we can only put like the peafowl back on top, but I'll do that. Peafowl is good enough. Quick before a nest gets made out of it. Use the ability. Yeah, let's do it. No! I F6 through it. I meant to attack with the charger here. Just crew it with the scavenger. That's alright. We're kind of the late game control deck, right? So we'll just get in some damage eventually. And we get to play peafowl crew with the crane and the peafowl. Ooh. Servant of the Con... Oh, it's not the rare that I was thinking about. Yeah, they've just got a lot of little stuff here. I'm not too concerned. Let's keep up all these tricks. We can go in for a nice attack while they're all tapped out. 11. Keep in mind how much mana they have. So they're looking at 11, or not mana, but like damage on the crackback. They're looking at 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, it's going to be less than that, so I might as well. This is an extremely safe attack. But you have to consider it from both angles. One angle being if they don't block it, and the other angle is like if they make the best blocks. 4, 5, 6. Doesn't really matter what we block here. The easiest way to do this is just melt down one of them to kill both. A little 2-for-1. A little 2-for-1 action. And now they just have nothing left. So I am content to just sit back. The more things they attack with, the less blockers they have. And the worst thing is if they play some Dune Blast card that destroys our whole board, then playing P-Foul would be really bad there. Because that is just about our only follow-up. And of course they don't have Dune Blast, but they might be splashing white for their one of Fumigate or something, and they have it in hand. You just never know. But yeah, I imagine they'll sit back and block again. I have no idea why they're making servos instead of, you know, we have Ballista Charger. This guy was designed by engineers to destroy servos. Like, that's its only job. There you have it. Alright. I don't mind taking a couple damage here and doing kind of the same thing as we did last turn, which is make sweet attacks into this. The other thing we could try... Ooh, I should have thought of that. So, lost a little potential edge there. We could have returned a servo, tapped down the Etherborn on our turn with Malfunction, and then attacked in for 4. It still wouldn't have been lethal, but yeah, this is fine. Once again, we're the control deck. We can spare a couple errors here. And it wasn't necessarily an error, it was just something I didn't really consider. What are we going to do here? Yeah, let's get a little charger out. And I'm happy enough at making the same attacks here. They still don't have enough power on the board to kill us outright. It's only 11 again. And we can... 3, 4, 5, 6... Yeah, it doesn't matter which one of these we hit, but I guess I'll hit this thing. And they'll go for this block again. And we'll blow them out again. What can I say? I like my new Ballista Charger. Don't want to get it dented up too bad. And right, it makes sense that they made the servo since they could pump it up. So I take back what I said. Okay. So again, now we consider tapping down one of their guys on end step to try to force more damage through. We'll have the Malfunction back up and Ether Trade wins. So we really have 3 blockers. We can lock down 3 blockers, which is almost enough. If they had a 1 toughness blocker, that'd be the perfect follow-up here, but unfortunately not. If we get really lucky, they attack with something. No. So what are we really doing here? 4? Oh, we do block. Yeah, we can get rid of all of them. We can activate Genjit Sentry twice. So I think we have it here. Yeah, tap that guy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is 10. Oh, I miscounted? Yeah. Oh no, I didn't. We didn't play a land yet, so we can Ether Trade wins our land and the Thriving Rats, because it already has a counter. Malfunction this guy. Okay. They've seen enough. They've had enough. Cool. So we got there eventually. And that is the best kind of getting there. Failed inspection. This is a card you can consider when they have some more good stuff. I'm going to put in Harsh Scrutiny, however. With cards like Gearsmith, taking that out is really like... preventing a 2-for-1 is almost like making a 2-for-1. A 2-for-1 saved is a 2-for-1 earned. Alright, let's see here. Metal Spinner's Puzzle Knot. We could take out Live Fast. Or, no, I don't want to take out a land. That's a little too crazy. Not even I'm not that crazy. Not by half. Alright, someone else is done already. We got Pedro Imhotep, the legendary pharaoh. And we're playing Strice. Crazy names. Wereloga. Silver Comics Canada. Wonder where he's from. Alright, they're sideboarding us into the ground right now. I don't know what we're going to do about it. Sideboarding, yeah, sideboarding's pretty important in a lot of formats. Usually I get away without doing much sideboarding, but every so often you can either put in like 5 cards or really like transform into a new color, or take out a color, just depending on the matchup. And once you have a main deck pretty much built, that's kind of what you should think about drafting towards, is your potential sideboard plan. Something to keep in mind. It's a little harder to do in live drafts because you just don't even know how many playables you've drafted so far. You keep a rough count, but you know, short of having a photographic memory or something, it's hard to get exact numbers of what you have locked down. Yeah, Thriving Turtle getting in there? I think so. I like him being a little bit bigger. They might not block it. Who knows? Alright, they're blocking it. I don't want to use the Meltdown now. We could always use it next turn if they want to, you know, if they want to like trade with something with the operative, we can kind of just not let them trade with it, so no reason to give that away. They know we have like 30 of these in our deck anyway, so it's not a huge blowout. But it's something. Ooh. Saheeli mana. We already have Saheeli mana, but you know. Do we show off our foil or do we hide it? I think we hide it. Oh gosh, you know, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna have to do that eventually. We have nothing else to do, and this makes our Thriving Turtle a 2/5. Yeah. So they attack in for 2, maybe with the rats, and Fleet Wheel Cruiser. We're gonna be a little slow against that Fleet Wheel Cruiser. There was no reason for them to attack with the operative there. It just doesn't make sense. So now the question is, and now they can even crew it with their rats. Gross. And it's a 3/5, so we can't even deal with it. We have to wait 1 turn to deal with it. So what do? Do we scrutinize our opponent or cast a P-Foul? The scrutiny could miss. I'm going to cast the P-Foul. It's just definitely pretty good, and the scrutiny is like possibly pretty good, but then we still get attacked with a 5/3 that we can't block. Sometimes things aren't clear at first, but the more you think about them, the easier it is. The problem is sometimes, you know, and everyone's guilty of this, sometimes you just don't think about stuff enough. You just make the attack and then you say, oh, if I thought about that from a different angle, if I thought a little bit more ahead, I could have made a better attack. Or a better play, whatever it is. But yeah, now they really have to think. They know we're tapped out, and they know Fleet Wheel Cruiser trades with one of our two X's, short of having a sweet trick to pump it up, but that's 9. I don't know what kind of pumps it up that much. Oh, another one. You don't say. Well, this is fine. They kill our turtle. We can deal with the other guy. It has trample, so we kind of have to. Well, the other option here is 2 Fleet Wheel Cruisers. Gosh, all right. All right, I'm over it. The other option here is to scrutiny and play an enthusiast. I like that better. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what we're dealing with. Because then we still get blocks for the cruiser. Oh. Oh no. Oh dear. I can't be bothered to remember 3 cards, so I'll just take a quick screenshot. And we can put this guy... I think he'll come in handy. I'll put that on top. We certainly have enough lands. And we will make some servos. Ooh, Rush of Vitality is going to be so pesky. But they can't do 2 things. Yeah. This will be fine. I'm sure this will be fine. So we have to make a block that kills Fleet Wheel Cruiser. It prices them into using Rush so that next time we can tidy it up. So they'll be doing 6 here. 6 minus 5. Let's just take no damage. That sounds pretty good to me. And this puts the enthusiast in our graveyard for the... it's doing some good stuff. So yeah, they have to play Rush here. And that's fair enough. Then, ooh, then they have some crazy stuff. We know they have Hunt the Weak and an Unknown. We could play the Scavenger. And if they want to crew and fight the Scavenger, it does trade. So that's not even that good. Yeah, I'll play this. Let's get back the Enthusiast. I like the Enthusiast here because it makes Tidy Conclusion a little better. Just putting more artifacts in play. Gumming up the ground. Kind of annoying against Ballista Charger, but whatever. Right, so what a weird turn. I don't think they want to use their whole turn 2 for wanting themselves. So they might just go Ballista Charger here. Which is probably fine with me. Because if they do activate that, I want to use Tidy Conclusion. I don't want them to get to ping a servo. There are a few effects that you want to do before your opponent's combat step, but I guess this isn't really one of them. This one's not really one of them. And even at the end step, like cards that say at the beginning of your combat step X, or beginning of your combat step or end step Y, those are things you might want to kill the creature before it actually triggers at all. You have to be careful in live Magic because there's some verbal cues that imply that you're moving past a certain step. So be careful just to say, this is when I'm doing this. I'm doing this at the beginning of combat. Okay, now can I go to declare attacks? Instead of saying combat, because that implies you're ready to attack, so your opponent, their priority, and if they pass, you have to declare attacks. They're going to combat themselves. So they want to hold up their big Hunt the Weak trick with Ballista Charger, and that's going to be sweet. Only problem is we can't play our Weaponcraft Enthusiast for the rest of the game. Whatever. No one said life had to be easy. That's okay, we just draw 3 more lands, then we can do it. Come on, land number 1. Ooh, make obsolete. That doesn't really do much here. Well, it doesn't do nothing. Nah. It might have been something to play like Weaponcraft Enthusiast and make obsolete that turn, but I'd rather kind of hope that they crew the Charger and Hunt the Weak our Scavenger. I guess they're not really doing that. Okay, they're playing around Tidy Conclusion, basically, which is annoying for me, but you know, what can you do? Yeah, that's why I kind of wish this was a land, because then we're just 1 land short of having both. Even if it's obvious that this is what we're holding up, it's still correct to hold it up. It's just deterring their attack completely. All right, what are they doing here? They're in our upkeep, and they have Hunt the Weak in hand. We know they have 1 card in hand. Like, what are they doing? Demon of Dark Schemes. Does that do anything? No, I don't think it does. It doesn't kill enough. It's, I mean, I guess it's fine. But then we just lose it to this Ballista Charger Hunt the Weak combo, so it's still not good enough. Ugh. All right, here it comes. So they must have drawn something that changes something. They're using Hunt the Weak there. Huh. They're using Hunt the Weak there. So that'll make it a 6/4. Yeah, I guess that's okay. Because what we can do now is, okay, they'll crew the Ballista Charger as well. Yeah, ooh, okay. That hits us. I guess we shouldn't have let that happen. I thought that was only creatures, but I guess it makes sense. Now what we can do is either Tidy Conclusion on this. Yeah, that's got to be the right thing here. So Tidy Conclusion here. We gain a little life. We get to block this 6/4. Or else we're dead. And follow this all up with a Demon. Or Weaponcraft Enthusiast plus make obsolete. I kind of like the Weaponcraft Enthusiast play here. That'll be a little bit surprising for them. And yeah, we can pick off a bunch of things here. So what do we want to do here? I think we really want to pick off this Etherborn. So take 1. And make obsolete before damage. And then finally we can play this demon. It's just a shame we don't have much energy for it. Ooh, that was good though. That's a little more energy for us. Only 3. It certainly beats the heck out of these rats. 1 more energy, and we get to bring back everything. It's even your opponent's creatures, so, oh wow. Ether trade winds too? That's one to hold up, especially since we're at such low life here. I can't even race the rats with my 5/5 flying demon. Alright, that's a nice little rhino over there. So what would we want to get back? Maybe this Etherborn, Peafowl, Enthusiast. We have a lot of good targets. Alright. And they've got a couple cards themselves. Ooh, Glint Nest Crane might be another one to try to get back. This is going to put like our 4 best cards on the bottom you watch. It'll be like Confiscation Coup, everything that gives energy. What we really want to bottom is like, yeah. Oh, that wasn't too bad. What do we want? Probably Island on the very bottom. And, gosh, let's go ahead and, I don't know. Let's not attack. We need a little bit more doing before we attack. There it is. Right on time. Okay, I will attack with Glint Nest Crane. Ah, maybe not. It's just not. It's just not worth it. It just doesn't do enough. We can likely survive any attack, but it's if they deal with the demon and then have some other stuff, yeah, it's just not worth it. One play I didn't consider there, which is almost definitely correct, was stealing one of these guys, like the rats, and having 2 energy left over, so that we could use demon and start making a real comeback. But that's fine. Okay, so they were thinking a lot on our end step. I don't really know what they're playing around here. Alright, I'm going to go for it. It does mean we can hold up, unless they kill their own rats. Yeah, we'll steal the rats. Now we can really attack with the demon. I can't see this going too poorly for us. Oh wow, it's not even a legendary demon. He's not the demon of dark schemes, he's just a demon of dark schemes. So Saheeli copying doesn't do that much, but I guess it does have a -2/-2 thing. That's pretty good. And a lava axe if you're attacking for 5. Alright, they are really storing up some kind of big hand here. I don't know what this is going to be for. It's a little scary. It's a little scary. They might just be sweating a bit, thinking that they're probably losing this game right now. The buffer of life is not so high when it's just 4 swings from these blades of this masked demon. Oh, yes, Iron League Steed, yes, okay. Right. It's not too very bad for me, because now we have options here. The best option is to get back a sweet creature that can't be beat. And I think it's going to be the Scavenger. The other option, like I said, was this Etherborn. But the Scavenger gets back like a guaranteed Enthusiast to the top of our deck. I don't mind that. Does it get this thing back tapped? Oh no. Maybe I should have thought about that a little more carefully. This is still okay. We'll block 1 on each. And that should be good enough. Yeah, the Etherborn at least fabricates. I forgot it came in tapped. Well, that's why you draft with this guy and once every blue moon and find out how he works. Yeah, we'll put this guy on top. I think we'll be okay here, but certainly that was a mistake. Why do that before we block if it's not going to be able to block? Oh, you know, I didn't realize this guy got energy every time a creature died. Makes sense. Anyway, let's get this guy. So things didn't go perfectly there, but they went all right. Servos are much better here for a lot of reasons. And we can still pressure them with the demon. And we have Tradewind's backup. So that worked out all right, despite not quite understanding how this guy works. Ooh, they've got a guy to block our demon now. And they'll start playing some of those lands they had in hand the whole game. Ooh, Puzzle Knot. A little scary. Not gonna lie, that's a little bit scary. But they're not gonna make us lose 3 life with that, are they? I don't know, maybe. 3 life doesn't seem much worse than 4. Yeah, I'll go for it. We have another Tidy Conclusion in the deck. If we draw towards that, it might save us rather than kill us. Living dangerously. I don't really want to go down to 2, though. That seems more risky than 3. We'll do it if we have to, if it's life or death. The other thing we could do here is force a block by attacking with the Scavenger, and that brings us up to 4 energy to play our demon again. That sounds good to me. Any block means a creature will die. So this has got to be the right attack here. Now they could just block the Artisan on the demon, or they could make a chump block like this, and that's fine with me too. They're running out of time. Like, why are they wasting time on this trigger being on the stack? Is there a decision to make now? Maybe there is. Maybe they want to kill the demon in response to this because they know that once we get this 4th energy, then we can use the ability again. This guy's so good. one of the few energy abilities that requires mana to activate, but it makes sense. They don't want you to have limitless activations of this for cheap. So what shall we get back? Let's get back this Etherborn. We'll just remember that we shouldn't use trade winds on it. Yeah, servo, that's fine. Oh, we did it. We get to show off Saheeli. Now, maybe that's not perfect. Maybe that's not perfect. I was thinking, oh yeah, we have 2 5-power attackers in the air, but the demon gives the other demon -2, -2. Yeah, this is trying to be too clever here. Let's just plus. Bottom, that puts them at 3, and we can get rid of their blocker this way. Whew, okay, we did it. For good measure here. I'm assuming we did it. There are fog effects and things. That's why you have to be a little careful not to go nuts and then just attack with everything, because you could really regret things like that. Just be careful. People are like, oh, don't slow play me. If you have it, just attack all out. It's like, no, you've got some cards in your hand, 18 apparently. So, an untapped mana. I'm going to think carefully about what you might have and play around it as well as I can. And you should do that. If your opponent wants to concede, they can concede. If they haven't conceded, play carefully and don't make dumb mistakes. Cool, see you in the next match.